Actually, after I came from the exam, I just recorded a voice note for myself that this is what you've messed up and this is what you have to improve on. But what I did not miss at all was the mock test portal. Like I did not miss anything on it. I followed it to the T. Like I was like, I did all the section tests, I did all the mock tests. However pathetic I scored, and I was like writing to the help portal that I scored a 550. I don't know what to do. Doing that, I think that really lifted my score. Like it is the best if you like can get everything done on that portal. And then going back to review your mistakes is another game changer, which is what I did.
First of all, congratulations on your GMAT score, 685, a 96 percentile. And what a phenomenal score on your quant. It's 100 percentile there. Verbal is also pretty good, 84. I think there's a little slight drop in the data inside, 77 percentile. So how do you feel about this score, Ayushi? I mean, I get a sense you mentioned that you want to retake and all that, but the first
Uh,
side of the score, how did you feel about it?
I actually like this score quite much because I did want to retake it from the get-go. Like I was like, I'll not get a good score. I had a feeling about it, and but I was happy to see 685. And I knew that I had to retake the exam when I was going to sit for it. So yeah.
Right, right. So let's just start about how did this entire journey start from? You could give us a background. You're also a CA, you've completed CFA level as well. So just give us a little background because this is a very interesting segment. And probably when you initially started, also you would have looked at, what are the chances for a CA to kind of get through GMAT, get through MBA. So just tell me right from the very beginning, how did the MBA journey, the thought came in?
Yeah, so I think I wanted to do an MBA for the longest time. So I guess when I was in 11th or 12th, I have a lot of cousins around who did MBA from like very reputed colleges. So I was clear about that from the get-go that I wanted to do an MBA like in few years, and that goal did not change after I joined job because I was like, if I want to get that leap, that would come from an MBA. Because CA makes you a little bit introvert. You're always sitting at home preparing for exams, and so does CFA. So I just wanted that, a kick where you're interacting with others, sitting in a big classroom, discussing ideas and all. So that goal did not change after joining a job. So MBA stuck with me.
Right, right. And
Yeah.
so, when you initially started, how did you find Sandeep Gupta in the first place, and what were your challenging areas that you thought? Did you even know that they were challenging in the very beginning, or you only realized when you were preparing through?
Yeah, I think I started with the Know the World series, and I was like blown away. I was like this is awesome. I never thought about things this way, and I never knew and why it's just not being taught in the school, and it was just like out of the world experience. And then after when I joined the classes and the way that he teaches and puts across his ideas, it was just all very fantastic. And his notes worked for me really well. Like the way he puts his ideas into words is also really nice. So you just get what he's saying immediately. So everything worked for me there. And all throughout my preparation, all I did was like stick to the notes and whatever he had said, nothing else, no outside help, nothing. So it was overall a very good experience.
Right. I mean, I'm a big fan of KTW, and I take a minute again to
Yeah,
talk about this because generally, I think even when we are young, we have a very naive idea about, how the world works. Even probably when you would have thought when you were in 11th, 12th, I want to do an MBA. But when you look at the actual, what is going on and what happens, and it also
yeah,
cements your idea of why you want to do an MBA, and it also gives you an idea of what are the different things going on in the world and how the world initially started itself and where it is heading,
right,
right? It gives a big thought about it. So it's very important if you want to succeed somewhere, you really know, you have to know the past and history of how it all began, right from the scratch.
right.
So, with that in context and KTW that you began, so how did you take on the journey with Quant, Verbal, and DI?
So I followed the study plan that was given by them. So I started with videos and then whatever questions were required, the pre-work and then watching the videos. Though I was short in time, I did skip some of the post-work, which I was fairly confident about. But I think it is important to take a little bit of your call when you're doing doing it according to a structure. If you're like short in time, like I was, and it was written that you can skip some parts. So I took a call and skipped some of the post work. But if you have time, please do not skip. I was short in time and I knew I had to do it again. So I was like, yeah, I'll probably brush up after that. But what I did not miss at all was the mock test portal. Like I did not miss anything on it. I followed it to the T. Like I was like, I did all the section tests, I did all the mock tests, however pathetic I scored, and I was like writing to the help portal that I scored a 550. I don't know what to do
Right.
because it does not adapt itself to how you're doing the test, and it is
Right.
all tough questions. And because I was doing it every day, I probably not every day, but like in the last week or two, I did it almost every alternate day or something. So
Correct.
I probably was a bit chill on one of those tests and I got a 550 and I was like, what is happening? And I was like, how do I go about it? But basically to not give up on solving those tests, they will teach you a lot about timing and like how do you have to go about questions, when do you have to leave questions, and like doing that, I think that really lifted my score. Like it is the best if you like can get everything done on that portal. And then going back to review your mistakes is another game changer, which is what I did in the last week because I just went to whatever incorrect questions that I did and just took 5 minutes on each question probably and just went in depth that why did I do it wrong. That is, I guess, the most important step that you should be doing, especially for quant. That helped me a lot. That why did I get that question wrong? That would not be solved in like 2 or 3 minutes. I took like a whole 5 minutes and like what concept am I missing and how could I have done it faster and everything. So I think that's a very important step to be done.
Right. So, Ayushi, you're
Yeah,
taking a self-paced or a live online classes?
I did take the self-paced one.
Self-paced.
Yeah.
So it's now called an expert access because then you have access to the faculty also. So how did you find the access to the faculty or their support through your journey? How did it like? Did you take any support? Did you ask any questions, queries, and how did it help you kind of just get through your preparation?
Yeah, I did mail the support once or twice when I really tanked on my test scores and asked them for like guidance, like what should I do next, and it really helped me because they're like, after, I think 1 week before the exam, they're like, you can stop doing the exams now. You don't need to do it now. Just revise the error log. Like you can't just it's just 1 week of the exam, so and you'll score good. It's not like you'll score 550 and if you scored it here and you've also scored like 680, so you might score around that, so don't be like hopeless about it. So I think they really boost your morale and it's really helpful so to have a chat with them.
Right. So on the test exam day, like the exam day, what was the order of your, section and why did you choose that order? And also, just go through the experience in terms of the questions. Was it anything surprising? And even the pacing through the test.
Yeah, I wanted to do quant, then data insights, and then verbal because I need a little bit of warm up before I dive into verbal because just to like read fast and get everything in. So so that was the pacing that I decided, and I decided to take a break after DI. But then what happened on the test day was that they gave us a sheet of paper, like the chart book, and they were like, "We'll not give it again." And I write things, matlab bada bada to like really to like if I can just glance at the piece of paper, I'll know what I've written. Like that is my writing style. And like I'll need it after like this session. I'll definitely need it for DI. They're like, okay, we'll see. First you give your quant section, and then as soon as it got over, I raised my hand that to like give me another sheet for the DI one before it starts the timing for the break. And then they gave it so slowly, the break timing started and the break timing got messed up. So I had to take a break then. And then I came back for DI and like solved it. So I guess that also like kind of mentally, because what you've thought with the thought that you've gone that I'll do this, and then that does not happen. That also affects you a little bit mentally. But I think those experiences happen in the exam, and
So you took a break after quant, or you took a break after
yeah,
the after?
no, after quant, and I wanted to take it after DI. So
Oh, that
yeah,
happened. So there was a
yeah,
minute change, and the DI kind of
right,
probably tanked a bit because of that,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
mess up. Okay,
yeah.
but everything fine. But did you manage to complete all the sections within the given time, or somewhere in any section you felt like okay, the time ran out, and so something like that happened?
No, I think I did not miss any question as such, so that was good. But I did not also get time to review anything.
Review.
So everything was like last minute. Like the timer went off, and I just was done with the last question. So that happened, and you do expect some time in quant to like for reviewing. But I think I was extra cautious from the get-go that I'll just get it right in the first thing, and I'll not come back to it or something. And that is why I guess it just happened dot on time. So yeah,
Correct. So this is the question for you to just probably it is telling yourself what you could do better out loud right
yeah,
here.
yeah, right.
So what are the things that are you going to be changing right now, and what is it that you would like to be implementing before you take the next attempt? Have you thought about it?
Yeah, actually, after I came from the exam, I just recorded a voice note for myself that this is what you've messed up and this is what you have to improve on. So I
Lovely.
think the quant would be the same that review your questions thoroughly, like learn from your mistakes and everything. For DI, it would be time management for sure because that is the entire like I spent a crazy amount of time on incorrect questions. So that should not have happened. It was very embarrassing to see the score report. Like, what have I even done? I was not expecting that, and it really tanked my score. So I think time management on DI for sure, like that has to be taken seriously. And for verbal, it would be solving more questions. I think I did lag on a little bit of questions, and that mindset would not come if you're not solving a lot of questions that on how to think about critical reasoning or where to go for data and reading comprehension. So I think solving a lot more questions than I did previously.
I hope you at least improve by 40 points, 50 points at
Yeah.
least, right? And that'd be like a solid 100 percentile score. So, the reason why we are talking about it, this point especially, I was just talking to another scorer a couple of minutes ago, and he was like, it was great to kind of reflect back on on the journey, and for you especially because you want to reattempt,
Yeah.
you're thinking out loud, talking out loud as well. And so,
Yeah.
you will really put that in paper and hopefully, reiterate whatever happened in the exam day, along with the sheet and all of that before you give a next attempt. So here's wishing you all the very best. Keep us informed as soon as you get the score. The happiest, because we are all in the similar let's say we share the same vibe because you're in the GMAT community, we're in that community, right? So and I think we'll understand it better and we'll be really happy. And obviously the support and faculty support is always there. You leverage on those as well. And here's wishing you the very best. Like, keep us informed. Nonetheless, the score is really fantastic to fall back on. Let's say
Yeah.
things don't go the way you planned it, right? You still have a very good score, a 685, which is a great score to kind of apply to any school. So all the very best, and thank you so much for joining in and sharing your experience today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good luck. Okay, let's keep in touch,
Yeah.
and let me know wherever and whenever you need any help. I'll connect with the right people. Okay.
Sure.
Good,
Sure.
good
Thanks.
luck. Bye bye.
Thanks
Take
for the contract. Thanks.
care.